Whenever I look at some of the 898 currently revealed Pokemon out there, I feel as if some of them don't suit the type that they've been given, or having the extra type might improve their viability. It is entirely possible for certain Pokemon to be retyped. This has been seen with Ralts, Curlia, and Gardevoir being retyped to Fairy and Psychic in X and Y, and Magnemite and Magneton being retyped to Electric and Steel from Generation 2 onwards. So if you have any ideas of your own about what Pokemon could be retyped, just leave them down in the comment section below, and let's just drill right into it. In the number 10 slot, we have Electivire. I believe it should be Electric and Fighting type purely because of those big, meaty fists. Don't take me out of context with that one. Electivire already has access to Low Kick, Brick Break, Low Sweep, and Focus Blast via Level Up, TMs, and TRs. It also gains access to Cross Drop, Dynamic Punch, Focus Punch, and Hammer Arm through breeding. With an attack stat of 123, having stab fighting options will just elevate Electivire. If Electivire was also given access to Iron Fist as a secondary ability, it can receive boosts from the elemental punches within its move pool. Let's pull one out for the Mega Pokemon that couldn't make it into Galar. Sorry Absol, but this one's for you. I honestly believe that Mega Absol should have been retyped sooner, and I have two reasons as to why. Firstly, let's look at its design. It looks like an angel. It is there to warn people of natural disasters. There's a prophecy there. For Absol, the Fairy typing is also a threat dealer. It'll nullify its fighting type weaknesses. It will be able to gain an edge against dragon types in the scene, such as Archomp, Dragonite, Latios, and Latios. And it'll also be able to resist every other weakness that is currently present in its regular form. Currently, it only knows Play Rough as a Fairy type move, but it can be given access to Dazzling Gleam, Disarming Voice, and Moonblast as other potential moves. So you're telling me Grablock lives in the water, correct? And it's based off an octopus, correct? So why is water not a secondary typing? Grablock is already currently in the Water 1 Ed group, and it also gains access to water type moves via breeding, TMs, TRs, and level up. Therefore, if any Pokemon is a prime candidate to become Heart Water type, it's Grablock. The Pokemon Shield Dex entry also talks about how its natural habitat is in water. It only emerges onto the land to test its skills against an opponent. Therefore, Grablock should be Water type. Case closed. So next up, I believe Damanitan is the perfect candidate for a retyping. And I know what you're thinking. Wait, this combination has already been used by 3 sets of starters. And what I say to you is, yup, that's right. Here's the coveted Fire and Fighting type. Zen mode Damanitan is based off the 3 wise monkeys and the proverb, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, and is being naturally reserved, whereas regular form Damanitan is not in a Zen state. The fighting type contrasts very nicely against the psychic type of Zen mode, and since it already learns Hammer Arm and Superpower by level up, combined with a 140 attack stat, it means that its fighting type will work amazingly, boosting its prowess as a physical attacker. Flygon is based on a dragonfly. Therefore, wouldn't Bug and Dragon make more sense for it? Bug and Dragon type hasn't been introduced as of now, but applying it to Flygon could increase its viability. So Flygon isn't inherently stripped of its role in a ground type Sandstorm's team. Giving it Sand Rush can help it remain viable in Sandstorm conditions. Flygon currently learns U-Turn and Bug Buzz via level up, and gains access to Bug Bite and First Impression via breeding. Therefore, with the change in typing here, the stab moves will boost its power, and then it could also be given Quiver Dance, Signal Beam, Fury Cutter, and Silverin to further improve its viability. Diving into the number 5 slot is mainly for Psyduck, but Goldar can be thrown under the bus as well. Both Pokemon gain access to moves such as Confusion, Z Headbutt, Amnesia, and Wandering via level up in TMs and TRs. Therefore, adding the Psychic type stab will make these moves more viable for use in battle. Psyduck's name is partially derived from Psychic, in reference to its mental powers, which are powered by its headaches. An example of which is shown in the anime when Misty and Psyduck constantly have these headaches, and the worse they became, the more powerful its psychic abilities were. And this is also referenced in a lot of Dex entries over the years. Psyduck is also Gold, which is a reference to how Game Freak used to color code Psychic types back in Gen 1. A popular Chinese legend states that the carp exerts all its effort to jump over the crashing waterfall of the Dragon's Gate in order to ascend as a dragon. The story serves as the inspiration for Magikarp and Gyarados. It is also inspired by the Kraken, which was famous for leaving destruction in its wake. While Gyarados will lose its 4 times weakness to Electric and its weakness to Rock, it'll gain weaknesses to Fairy and Dragon through this chain. Gyarados is the only Pokemon not related to a Dragon type that can naturally learn Dragonite, and it has diverse access to TNs and TRs similar to other dragons. When you trade over Shelmet for Carablast, it evolves into a Scavalier, whereas Shelmet evolves into Axecle, right? So why does the Scavalier gain the Steel type? I know it's because of the armor, but since it was originally Shelmet's armor, why isn't it already part steel? It has the ability Shell Armor, and its Pokemon Black Dent Century states that when attacked, it defends itself by closing the lid of its shell. It can spit a sticky, poisonous liquid, so even in its origins, it also involves its plate armor. I'm well aware it doesn't learn any steel type attacks, but it's entirely possible for Game Freak to give it steel moves like Heavy Slam, Iron Defense, or Iron Head. Hopefully Shelmet will get the justice it deserves in a future release. Victini is an interesting case. Certain legendaries are often coded as Psychic type, as it shows off that said Pokemon is powerful. Victini does fall into this case, however retyping it to Fairy will fit better based on its personality, as well as improving its viability. Retyping the Fairy type will eliminate both its Ghost and Dark weaknesses, making a more rounded option to use. It could be given access to Moonblast, Baby Doll Eyes, Disarming Voice, Draining Kiss, and Play Rough for good stab coverage. And to back up my point even more, Victini's Pokemon Black Dex Entry states that this Pokemon brings in victory. It is said that trainers with Victini always win, regardless of the type they encounter. Therefore, if it was Fairy over Psychic, it'll definitely have more of an advantage in battle. Why in Arceus' holy name is Lugia not water flying? Just how? It's from the Royal Islands, under the bloody sea. Also, it knows a plethora of water moves, a lot more than Psychic type moves, like Hydro Pump, Surf, Whirlpool. I mean, duh, it's from the Whirlpool Islands. Rain Dance, etc. And even within the TCG, it's a water type across all its cards, and in the book adaptation of The Power of One, it is erroneously referred to as water flying. It sounds like even several members in the corporation aren't sure about its type, so do us a favour and change it. For further evidence, several Dex entries mention that it slumbers at the bottom of a deep trench. If it flaps its wings, it's said to cause a 40-day storm. And also while doing some extra research, I found that its name derives partially from Luna, and the moon has particular tides to water as it can control the tides. So if you enjoyed this video, drop a like down below, comment your thoughts, and if you think any other Pokemon deserve to be retyped, and sayonara and take care, because you never know when disaster strikes.